Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. Welcome to the show. I am ItsKim. If you've never seen this show before, hi, I'm ItsKim, and this is my show, ItsKim Live, where I talk about pop culture topics that I care about. We are just awaiting a raid from Popcorn Planet coming in, so I'm going to explain the way that the show works and I hope that that is all right. Here's how we usually do it. We have a main topic. That is what is in the headline. That is what is in the thumbnail. That's probably part of why you clicked. And then we talk about that. Then we have a section in the middle we call halftime, where I communicate with my beautiful, beautiful community of space angels who are all already starting to come in. Thank you guys so much for being here. I so appreciate it. And then we have a fun section towards the end called What the What, where I talk about something from around the internet that is funny, interesting, crazy. I've never seen it before. It is all made courtesy of my partner in crime, producer sister, who puts it all together, and I react to it with you guys authentically. So we're all seeing it together for the first time. Today we are going to be talking about something pretty serious, so I am going to be waiting a few minutes before we get into the subject matter. A, to just make sure everybody from the raid gets over okay. And two, because I think it's important that we follow the community guidelines, because there's some things in this story today there is no point in me censoring. It is a waste of time. Producer sister,
Mm-hmm.
you get what I'm saying, that what we're going to be talking about today, I don't want to cheapen it. I don't want to
No.
have to use a ton of trigger words. And for that reason, any support you guys want to throw this way for this stream would be very much appreciated, even if it is as simple as a like and a subscribe. It makes a massive difference for me in this algorithm to know that there is interaction with this stream. So if you are welcome, if you are open to doing that for me, please consider doing it. I would very much appreciate it. I did want to say right off the bat, thank you so much to Heather Salvatore, who sent in a PayPal to me. I very much appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Um, and I'm seeing Randa from Iowa has been a member for 10 months. Hello to all fellow space angels. Well, hello to you. Thank you so much for being here. You're almost at your 1th. You're getting there. I also saw, because I know sometimes she watches, and I think with the time zone on this one, it's going to be hard for her. Kimberly in Japan is very close to her 1th. Congratulations to you, because I know I don't always get to see you on the lives because you're in Japan. And Panda Panda, thank you so much for joining again. I know, like, you've been here for a long time. You've got your 1th. You've got your 1th. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, you lost your streak. You were so close to your tooth too. I hate that. I wish you could just pick it back up.
It's kept some of it
It
because
does look
she's
like it's
got the
kept
one.
it though, because you've still got your 1th.
Yeah.
Oh, she's like, oh, I didn't lose it.
Yay!
Yay! That's awesome. Oh, Katie Artist has 6 more days till her 1th.
Wow.
Well, that's exciting. That is exciting. Oh, hello, Marcella. Much love to you. It's good to see you. Thank you for being here. I did want to let you guys know right off the bat, we didn't have a stream yesterday. We normally have streams on Monday and Wednesday. That's the normal schedule. Yesterday, I woke up not feeling great. And I'm going to be honest with you, this morning, I woke up not feeling super great. Some of you guys know I've struggled with migraines for years, and I've been doing so good, and I had my first real doozy this morning in like a year, which is just the most depressing thing to have to reset on my like migraine tracker app. It's just awful. But I'm going to do the best I can to be with you guys today. There's a lot of reading today, so I'm going to do my absolute best. And I'm sorry if I trip over my words at all. That's a part of what's going on. But we're going to be okay. We're going to be good. And producer sister is doing all right as well. We're all the walking wounded right now. It's a bit ridiculous, but I think we're doing okay. Is there anything, producer sister, you want to say about all of that?
Um, I mean, we can talk about that later if people
Okay.
have questions or whatnot
Okay.
during halftime or
Yeah.
last call.
No worries. No worries. And Wendy, thank you so much for being a member for 9 months with lots of little hearts. Love this community. Kim and Sista, well, thank you so much. We love that you are here. It is very much appreciated. Um, so I'm just checking. I'm trying to follow you guys in the chat while we're just waiting for everything to start. Uh, Tina with 2 E's. I love that. I have a migraine today too. That's so weird. I've been down all day. Exactly. It's just, it sucks when it shows up. It's really, really bad. And mine are quite debilitating, which is why I've been very thankful that it's been better. And what I've been doing to combat them has been working. But it always sucks when like it happens. And I know that it's a good thing and I need to be thankful in that respect because I would much rather have one a year than have one like every 2 weeks like what I was having. So it's good, but it's always frustrating when it shows up. So it's all good. It's gonna all be good. Da 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 da. Just saying hello to everybody. Where are y'all watching from today? I haven't done this in a long time. You want to put where you're watching from? Because I'd love to see. I always love to see how far and wide this audience is. It always blows my mind. Yeah, Teresa just said, sorry, I also have migraines. I know, and I know a lot of you do. I know a lot of people in this community. Wendy suffers as well. It's not a joke. It is not a joke. And if you got someone in your life that struggles with migraines, just know it sucks. And we're doing our best. Let me see here. We do have a What the What today as well, so I'm excited to get to that. Producer sister,
Hmm.
does it look like popcorn is winding down, or are they all just in discussion?
Um,
You don't.
Superman's off the screen.
Oh, okay. We're not talking about Superman anymore.
Hold on. I
I kind of loved. We started talking a little bit about theme parks,
Yeah.
and that's always been a thing for me. And honestly, like I grew up spending a lot of time in Disney World, and myself and producer sister, we have a lot of opinions about theme parks
Hmm.
and about the way that things should be. Honestly, I've wondered like if that's like a podcast idea for us just complaining about like all that stuff
Not
because
all complaining though, because
no.
like Land and World, take notes from Tokyo, please, 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 because a lot of the stuff they've been doing recently,
Yeah,
they're
it's
knocking it out of the
so cool.
park.
So cool.
If you haven't already, go watch um a walkthrough of the Frozen ride,
Oh my gosh.
and above and beyond that, the Beauty and the Beast ride.
Epic. We've talked
Specifically where the Beast transforms back into his human form.
exactly. And I will say, if you are on Instagram and you are not following me on Instagram, please consider doing that because that is seriously one of the things that I will just randomly talk about and just be like, this is sick. This just came out. I'm losing my mind. And a lot of the time, I find you guys get so like fascinated by what we're seeing, and I think it's a really underrated art form. Some of the things that are being done when it comes to this technology, and it's absolutely brilliant. So it is good to see. Alias has been a member for 15 months. Thank you so much. You're in Denmark. Do you still have an email? I believe producer sister
Hmm.
does. That you can reach out to her. Be nice. I know, Alias, you're fine. But I'm just saying, be nice. Be nice. um, yeah, I was looking. And I will say too, oh, it's Pearl Jan, watching from Narnia. Love it. Yes.
How did you get there?
How did we get to Narnia?
We
But
need to know.
I'm seeing Central California. I'm seeing Hampshire, UK, Timmins, Florida, Alberta. Love the Canadians. Perth and Scotland, Susan. Yes. Oklahoma, Nikki. I have family in Oklahoma.
Hmm.
Oddly enough. Yeah. All good stuff. All good stuff. It is good to see everybody here. Well, I think I am going to start a little bit then. We are through the time. It's always recommended if you're going to be talking about mature topics that you don't necessarily get into it super early into the stream. You give it a few minutes. So we are going to go ahead and start today's program because we've got lots of stuff to go through. So here is going to be the first thing that I'm going to ask in this chat, and this may be the dumbest question I've ever asked this chat in my life. How many of you guys know who Matthew Perry is? Put a one in the chat if you know who Matthew Perry is. For those of you that do not know who Matthew Perry is, Matthew Perry is an actor who unfortunately passed away last year. Matthew Perry was known in the general public for his work on the sitcom Friends for a decade. Was incredibly successful, the show, and it is a staple in pop culture when it comes to television. And he played the character Chandler and was beloved by millions and millions and millions of people all around the world. But Matthew Perry also struggled with addiction and it was always very open about it and spent so much of his life fighting and also trying to help other people get through their addictions and face their demons and take care of themselves. And there is now a foundation actually in his honor. But he did so much work while he was alive, and that is one thing he really wanted people to know about him more so than anything else that was so incredibly important to him. So as much as we do know him as a friend, it's important to keep that in mind as well. Now, unfortunately, Matthew passed away under circumstances that at this point are still unclear. And we're going to get into all of that, but I did just want to say, from my own perspective, as someone who has struggled with trauma, mental health issues, as well as addiction myself, I want to cover this topic with the respect that it deserves. And also, as much as I am not a massive Friends fan, producer sister is. And the loss of Matthew Perry has affected so many people on so many levels. And I am just going to say right here, to my mods, I will not tolerate any disrespect to Matthew Perry. Addiction is a complicated issue, and it has to have context, and we need to be kind to one another when it comes to this topic. So I ask for that to everybody in the chat. Let's be respectful. Let's hold our judgments until we have all of the information on the table. And remember that at the end of the day, Matthew Perry spent millions of dollars, years of his life. I believe he had at least 14 stays in rehab through his lifetime. He fought this. You could, sure, people can say a lot of things about him, but I will say one thing you can say about Matthew Perry without a doubt is that he is a fighter. He was a fighter that wanted to beat this and wanted to help other people beat it too, and that, I believe, deserves our respect. So, here we go. Let's talk about it. So, with that being said, this stream will include speculation and opinion from myself and should not be taken as fact. We have two documents in the description. One is the source document, and that has all the articles that I will be referencing today, as well as other articles that have helped form my opinion on this and the way that I think about it. So if you have questions about why I think the way I do, and you want to challenge any of that or look into it for yourself, it is all there. And also to give credit where credit is due for the reporting on this case. And second of all, there is also a document in the description that is a support document. If you are struggling, there are people that want to help you. There are hotlines available. I have international resources in there. So if you need help, please reach out and get it. Please do. I wish I could reach through my screen and help everybody, but I cannot do that, and I'm also not qualified to do that. But there are people who are and want to help you. So do your own research. Obviously, some of what we're going to be talking about today is going to be difficult, but we're going to get through this together. Now, hi, YouTube Even Reviewer. Hi. I have done everything in my power to ensure that this is going to be appropriate for your platform because I care about it and I want to stay on it. And I do believe that talking about these issues is important, just to general public. I think when we ignore issues like this, all it does is make it harder on people who are suffering, and I don't believe people should have to suffer in silence. So I ask for your understanding on this point, and we're going to do our best to be as respectful as possible. And viewers, please do not send hate to anyone, famous or not. It is not cute. We are all entitled to our opinions, but do not harm anyone and do not do anything that would cause harm to people in real life. I do not support hate in any shape or form. All right. So, we have to go back a little bit now. Matthew Perry, unfortunately, passed away in his home in October of 2023. However, in May of 2024, so this report is from local LA News, and this was on May 21st of 2024, so last month. Law enforcement officials have revealed that they are launching a criminal investigation into the death of the actor Matthew Perry. Matthew Perry was found unresponsive at his home, and following an autopsy, the Los Angeles County Department medical examiner revealed that in December, the Friends actor passed from acute effects of what I'm going to be calling K from here on out. I don't know if this is a trigger word. Unfortunately, I have to be careful. It is a medication. And you guys can read it on the screen to know what it is. Now, the LAPD tells KTLA 5 News that they're working with the, I'm going to have to say, Substance Enforcement Administration and the United States Postal Inspection Service to find out how and why the actor had so much of this substance when he passed away. So, we're going to get into this because this is actually quite fascinating, in my opinion, and I think it is an important conversation. Matthew Perry is nowhere near the first celebrity to be found with a lot of medication in their system in their autopsy, and a lot of questions as to how it got there. And people want to make assumptions very quickly, but I think in this case, assumptions aren't helpful. There's a reason this is an investigation, and we're going to get into it. So, there were trace amounts of K detected in the stomach contents, the autopsy stated. He was reported to be receiving K infusion therapy for depression and anxiety, which is a treatment. So, at that time, he was being treated with this medication under doctor supervision and had been for a while, from my understanding. Per the report, Perry's last known treatment was 1.5 weeks before his passing, and the K that was in his system when he passed could not have been from the infusion therapy because its half life is 3 to 4 hours or less. So, he was receiving treatment with K, but that treatment couldn't have been what was in him when he passed. And this is the mystery. This is where we have questions. So, according to the, I have to say, Substance Enforcement Agency, K is a dissociative anesthetic that has some hallucinogenic effects. It is often viewed as a club substance that is popular among youth and young adults at raves or EDM concerts. Now, something I want to say right off the bat with that one is there are so many medications that people take every single day that can be used as club drugs. Like a lot. So I know it's easy to go, oh, well, he was taking something that, is a party drug. It's a very closed way, minded way of looking at it, in my opinion. Now, the report also found that contributing factors in Perry's death included drowning, coronary artery disease, and this other medication that starts with a B. And again, I don't know if that's going to get flagged as well, so I'm going to be calling it B from this point forward. And we'll talk more about that one in a little bit, I think. So, according to the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, B is the first medication to treat opioid use disorder that can be prescribed or dispensed in physician offices, significantly increasing access to treatment. So, what they found in his body was a medication to fight opioid use disorder. So, he's trying to take care of himself, and another medication that he was being prescribed and was using to help with his depression. That's the scope. Okay? And I think that that is important to keep in mind. Now, the manner of his passing was listed as accidental, and there was no signs of foul play. So, a lot of people believe what happened was the combination of him being in a hot tub, as well as his heart issue with these two medications, caused him to pass out in the hot tub, and that is unfortunately what ended his life. So, we know Perry has been open about his battle with substance and alcohol addiction. Following his passing, his loved ones launched the Matthew Perry Foundation, which aims to help people battle their addictions. And this was very important to him, which is also why I wanted to mention it. So, things go radio silent. Nothing is said about this. It is quiet in the media. And then In Touch pops up and goes, hey, it's June 19th, but a month into the investigation, and the cops are questioning a celebrity multiple times in the criminal investigation of Matthew Perry's death. Okay, so things are moving. Things are moving. So this was what we knew as of June 19th. I know there's more information about this now. We're going to get to it. I'm just doing this in order for sake of let's do this the right way, right? You come here for context. That's what I'm giving you. I also do want to specify, as I say in the disclaimer down here, I'm not a doctor, not a mental health professional, not any of those things. These are my opinion and my speculation. And if you have questions about any of these things, you should talk to your doctor about them. Not me, okay? I'm not the expert here. The investigation surrounding Matthew Perry's death continues as a shocking new lead emerges. A celebrity has been questioned by the cops. In Touch can reveal in a bombshell world exclusive. In May, the LAPD launched a criminal investigation with the U.S. Substance Enforcement Administration and the U.S. Postal Inspection Service into the circumstances surrounding the Friend star's passing on October 28th of 2023, when he was found unresponsive in his Los Angeles home. Now, this is the quote, and this is why this is in the thumbnail. I'm not saying this to be salacious. I'm coming with it. The quote In Touch got, "They have basically been on the hunt for Matthew's killer." An insider exclusively tells In Touch, adding that a woman was brought in for questioning. She's a celebrity in her own right, and they met in rehab. They formed an unexpected friendship. While In Touch knows the identity of the celebrity in question, her name will not be revealed due to the sensitivities in the ongoing investigation. I will say, reporting like that does make me happy. I'm happy to when when entertainment reporting is not sabotaging an investigation. Yay. Um, So this goes on to talk more about what happened with his passing. We have gone over this, but something that I thought was important to mention was that no illicit substances or paraphernalia was found in his house, which again is making people ask questions. There's a lot of questions. So, investigators therefore suspect that Matthew got the fatal dose from someone else, which led them to the woman in question. It's tough to know exactly what her role is in Matthew's passing, but she is adamant that she had nothing to do with it, says the insider. She's hired lawyers and has had multiple meetings with law enforcement since they arrived at her sober living house with a search warrant. She has been tight lipped about the situation, but the investigators have known something to get a warrant and turn up like that. Right? It's a lot. I think we are getting the raid coming through. I'm gonna wait a minute, let everything. Yeah, let everybody come on over. We'll give a quick little recap to everybody when they get here, but wanted to go through the context. So, the woman who is a household name because of her marriage to an A-lister was in total shock and had no idea what the search warrant was about when authorities arrived at her sober living house. I'm just seeing it come through. It's good to see everybody. Thank you guys for coming in as I see the raid coming in. I think we're going to go back a little bit. We'll start here. As everybody comes in. Thank you so much, Planeteers. It is good to see everybody. I see Brandon. Hello, Brandon. Hello, my friend. Hello, all of you guys who are coming in. Thank you guys so much. I will ask you guys as you come in to please consider hitting that like button. I would very much appreciate that. As you guys enter, what we are discussing is unfortunately the investigation into the passing of Matthew Perry. This is kind of one of these stories I've seen pop up. I don't think it's getting enough attention. It needs more, and so I am here to give you guys the context of what we know about this investigation. What is going on? Because it is quite a story and we are going through it. So, for those of you who are just joining us, what we've just gone over when it comes to this story is that Matthew's passing was unfortunately due to a combination of two medications that we are calling K and B, as well as a heart condition that he had. But the question that everyone has right now is who gave him that dose of K? Now, this has also been a question that has been asked in previous cases concerning celebrities who have passed away. A notable case of this is actually Michael Jackson and the propofol, I believe it was. I hope I said that right, that medication, because the amount that he had in his system was not right. And his doctor was, I believe, charged with, I believe it was manslaughter. Producer Sister, could you double check for me what that charge was? But yes, his doctor, I believe Conrad, was charged. There also was a similar case with the passing of Mac Miller, the rapper, who the drugs that he was given, unfortunately, were laced with fentanyl. from my understanding. I believe that is what happened. And people were prosecuted for his passing. We are looking at potentially another one of these cases right now. So,
Involuntary manslaughter.
involuntary manslaughter. Thank you. I appreciate that. So, just as you guys all come in, I'm just going to take 1 second here and check one thing quickly. Due to the subject matter of this stream, I did say at the beginning of this stream that some of this could be a little bit triggering for certain individuals because we are going to be talking about substances and addiction, and I am going to be trying to censor myself a little bit as we go, just to be respectful to the platform. But I'm sure if you have questions about what code words are or what things are, ask the chat. I'm sure a friendly space angel will let you know. And thank you guys so much for being here. So, basically, what started happening was Matthew passed away at the end of October of last year. End of May last month, a criminal investigation was opened. The cops then come forward, apparently to the press in some form, or In Touch figures out, this world exclusive, that a celebrity has been questioned multiple times regarding the criminal investigation into Matthew Perry's passing. So, what was revealed in this article was that Matthew and this woman met in rehab. They formed an unexpected friendship. She was served with a search warrant at her sober living house, and she had no idea what it was about. She was completely shocked. And they also mention that it is important to remember that there was no illicit drugs or paraphernalia found in Matthew Perry's home at the time of his passing. So now investigators are wondering how Matthew got that fatal dose, which led them to the woman in question. So it's tough to say or to know exactly what her role in Matthew's death is, but she is adamant that she had nothing to do with it, said the insider. She's hired lawyers. She's actually hired criminal lawyers at this time, I believe, and has had multiple meetings with law enforcement since they arrived at her sober living house with a search warrant. She's been tight-lipped about the situation, but investigators must have known something to get a warrant to turn up like that. Truth, my opinion. Now, the woman, who is a household name because of her marriage to an A-lister, was in total shock and had no idea what the search warrant was about. She wasn't expecting what happened to happen, the insider said, adding that the woman was not handcuffed or arrested. They searched her room and she surrendered everything. She was completely cooperative. It's not clear what they were looking for, but the insider said the inquiry was tied to an investigation on how Matthew acquired the substances that took his life. Now, the authorities were also being equally guarded. And so when In Touch reached out to the law enforcement agency, this was the quote they got: "I know who you're referring to, and I'm not at liberty to discuss any aspects of this investigation at this time due to a mutual agreement with other agencies involved in the investigation." Privately, the woman, who is currently sober, according to the insider, swears she would never do anything to hurt the man she considered a friend. They leaned on each other, said the insider. She has been an emotional wreck. This could send her over the edge, whether she is involved or not. So, we then found out on June 25th, from In Touch as well, the woman is Brooke Mueller, who is Charlie Sheen's ex-wife. So here's what we know. Charlie Sheen's ex-wife and actress Brooke Mueller has been questioned multiple times in the criminal investigation for Matthew Perry's passing. So she was completely cooperative. She was not handcuffed or arrested, but authorities did seize an iPhone and a laptop from her. She did hire a lawyer. She's been tight-lipped. All the stuff we knew in the other article. So again, tough to say or know exactly what her role is in Matthew's passing, but she's adamant that she had nothing to do with it. Then we got this exclusive. This came from People Magazine. This came out 2 days ago. Now, in my experience, People Magazine tends to be pretty credible when it comes to these types of exclusives. And I have found that there are certain outlets in the press that law enforcement will approach when they want to make a statement. And People in the past, based on what I have seen and in my opinion, is one of those cases. I do believe that this is accurate. So here we go. Law enforcement believes multiple people should be charged in Matthew Perry's passing. So, a law enforcement source tells People magazine its investigation into Matthew Perry's passing is nearing its conclusion, and and police believe multiple people should be charged. The source says that the U.S. Attorney's Office will make the ultimate decision on whether or not to press charges. And as of Tuesday, the U.S. Attorney's Office has responded with no comment. So they're not talking about it, but we do believe at this time the evidence is being presented to the U.S. Attorney's Office on whether or not this will go forward. And in the past, we have had cases like this. Like I said, when you guys were all coming in, we've seen similar cases with Mac Miller. We've seen similar cases with Michael Jackson. This is entirely possible. Could it be swept under the rug? Yes. Could it become a full out trial? Yes. Absolutely yes. So, the article continues to go through what we have spoken about, the circumstances of his passing, also cementing that yes, he was undergoing K infusion treatment at the time of his death. Um, and a year before his passing, Matthew opened up in his memoir, Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing, about his struggles with addiction. And he said, I wanted to share when I was safe from going into the dark side again. Perry told People for a 2022 cover story, I had to wait until I was pretty safely sober and away from the active disease of alcoholism and addiction to write it all down. I was pretty certain that it would help people if I did. And I've heard that his book is fantastic. I may read it now, especially if we're moving in this direction, because as I do my coverage on any of these stories, I'm sure those of you who've seen my show multiple times before will know that when we talk about Britney Spears, for example, if she has said something in her book that is relevant to a story that we're talking about, I like to bring that up. I think it's important to allow people to speak for themselves and their opinions, where, especially if you have quotes or you have them sharing their side of the story and it being relevant. And I think in the case of Matthew Perry, his book is probably going to be very relevant. Um, so he definitely wanted to help people. Absolutely. Now, then we get this from Radar. And I believe this dropped yesterday. I do have the link in the description in the source doc. This I thought was fascinating, and this kind of gives us an idea of what we're looking at when it comes to this investigation. The fatal dose of K that ended Matthew Perry's life was sent to him via US Post from dealers whom he was introduced to online, a law enforcement source has told Radar. Now, Radar can be a bit with details in my experience. I tend to not like to use them as a source for that reason. But there have been a number of things they have talked about with this case where they have been correct. So I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. The investigation has been complex, detailed, and has unraveled a complex network of dealers who operated online and who utilized the US Post for delivery of illegal substances to his Hollywood home. Now, central to the investigation was Brooke, the ex wife of Hollywood star Charlie Sheen, who had spent time in a sober living facility with Perry prior to his passing. Now, the extended family has worked hard to restore serenity to their ecosystem. This is about Brooke specifically, to the great benefit of their children. Sheen's longtime lawyer, Gregory, whatever, okay, because for whatever reason, Charlie Sheen's lawyer had to talk about this, okay. And they said, I believe Ms. Mueller's past choices may have put her in a position to provide some incidental, anecdotal background to the authorities investigating Mr. Perry's passing and nothing more. And that is entirely possible. So now we have a lot of questions about what all this investigation is touching. We're talking about multiple agencies. We're talking about potential illegal activity. And then there is the question of why did Matthew Perry seek this out? Because quite bluntly, from my perspective, I find this to be quite fascinating because it's very clear based on what he was taking that he was trying to fight his addiction. I want to hear the whole story before I pass any judgment whatsoever. But obviously, there are a lot of questions here, and I think that this is going to get bigger. And Random just said, I didn't know any of this. Wow, exactly. And this has been, like, it has been all over the news, but people aren't clicking. And that's infuriating me. It's absolutely infuriating me because I don't like to judge when it comes to these issues at all. I really don't, because you never know what people are dealing with. And I say that specifically because part of my history with when I have struggled um, is due to the complex trauma that I experienced as a child. And it still affects me on every level of my life every day. Um, Even this morning, through my migraine, I also had what I like to call a somatic episode where I feel pain again. I go back there, it's horrible. And I've been in places where I would do anything to make it stop because we're human beings and you never know what people are dealing with. You never know what's going on behind the scenes. So I just when I see Matthew Perry, I just love to him knowing that he was fighting as hard as he was. And my hope is that we don't forget that when we find out what is coming with this investigation, if anything does come in this investigation. Now, I did want to close this off, just this specific section with Matthew Perry, with this lovely article because I think it's beautiful in a lot of ways. Lisa Kudrow, who is known for playing Phoebe on Friends, spoke with the Hollywood Reporter, I believe yesterday, or it was released yesterday. I don't know if she talked to them yesterday. You know what I mean? So for years, Friends Lisa Kudrow has admitted she could not bring herself to watch reruns of the beloved NBC sitcom, explaining that she didn't want to risk not liking her work on the show. But in a recent interview with The Hollywood Reporter to promote her upcoming Apple TV series Time Bandits, Kudrow, who became a household name in the mid 90s as the endearing, and I can never say this word right, and I really hope I do it or I'm going to butcher it horribly, idiosyncratic, I hope, Phoebe Buffay, idiosyncratic. I'm sorry to this word. Says that she began to revisit old Friends episodes in large part to keep the memory of her late co-star Matthew Perry alive. Honestly, I wasn't able to watch it because it's too embarrassing to watch yourself. But if I make it about Matthew, then that's okay, Kudrow tells The Hollywood Reporter. And that's just celebrating how hilarious he was. And that is what I want to remember. Friends premiered on September 22nd in 1994 to 21.5 million viewers, and immediately transforming its cast of Kudrow, Perry, Jennifer Aniston, Courtney Cox, Matt LeBlanc, and David Schwimmer, who played six best friends living in New York City, into global superstars. The show ran for 10 seasons and 236 episodes, with last month marking the 20th anniversary of the series finale. It went on for a long time. Long time. During the Friends reunion special, which aired on HBO Max in 2021, Kudrow had told her former co-stars that after beginning to catch up on the show with her husband, she was struck by how funny it was, a sentiment that still stands today. So what does Kudrow see when she revisits the show now? I'm laughing out loud. Everyone is hilarious. I'm blown away by Courtney Cox. I'm blown away by Jen. Matthew, obviously, is just uniquely hilarious. No one ever knew that cadence or comedic rhythm before him. Matt LeBlanc is hilarious, and David Schwimmer, too. Sometimes I even laugh at what I've done, Kudrow says with a self deprecating laugh. So, I mean, that's my own little way of celebrating the anniversaries, just watching it. But it's embarrassing. At home, if anyone walks in the room and I'm watching Friends, that's a horrible look, I think. Don't you? I don't think it's a horrible look. I think it's funny. Why not? Of all the moments from Friends that have been immortalized in pop culture, one of the show's funniest episodes was the one where everybody finds out when the rest of the characters discover that Perry and Cox's characters Chandler and Monica had been secretly dating. It is. It's fantastic. It's a great episode. Is that brand new information? Is that where that comes from, producer sister? That one?
Might be an episode or two
Mm-hmm.
before.
That's brand new information, which again is Lisa.
It is the My Eyes episode.
My eyes, my eyes. Yeah, that's good. It's all good. Um, After finding out, Phoebe decides to mess with both of them by flirting and even trying to seduce Chandler, While she has admitted in past interviews she doesn't remember certain moments from Friends, Kudrow says she remembers that it was LeBlanc who suggested that Joey unbutton Phoebe's shirt in an attempt to outsmart Chandler. And Kudrow says that it was that overwhelming sense of joy she felt every day with her ensemble that remains her fondest memory in making Friends. You're all just laughing all day long, basically in between scenes, because these are funny people, and especially someone like Matthew, whose goal was, how many laughs can I get in real life every day? So we were always laughing so hard, tears were flying out of our faces, she recalls with a fond smile. When she asked how she hopes the world will remember her friend Perry, whom she thanked in a heartfelt tribute after his passing last October, Kudrow put it simply, I think the world is remembering him the way he wanted to be remembered. I think that's happening already. So I shudder to think that quite possibly, based on what I'm seeing, depending on what um, the American law system decides to do, this is a very serious situation, and we may be looking at a trial for the, I don't know if it's going to be the M word or involuntary manslaughter or anything like that, but this is a very, very serious situation, a very sad situation. So I am just hoping that we can all remember that part of Matthew, the fighter of Matthew, the one who tried to help so many other people through their addictions, and the friend that he was both on screen and off screen to so many. Um, because I think that he really did want to be remembered for him helping other people. So I want to keep that present and here with us today. And I will keep you guys posted on what happens. Considering that this investigation started about a month ago, on the 21st of May was when it was reported. I have no idea if this investigation was going on prior to that. It's entirely possible it could have been. But this could potentially be massive. And we're gonna follow it. We're gonna try to do it with as much respect and love as possible, and I hope that that is okay with you. I love Sarai just said, man, this truly sucks. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So for now we are in halftime. I'm interested to hear your guys' thoughts. Let me know in the chat how you're feeling. I know for me, when I was reading this information for the first time and following the timeline, I was just like, I can't believe this. And it's also the idea that if this is a huge network that has essentially been exposed, what does that mean? How far does that reach? This is crazy. And I am hoping that justice is served, right? I think it's a good thing. Yeah, Pure Plant Potion said such a beautiful light in Matthew. He was a gift. I agree. I agree completely. Medora Art said, he made me laugh so much. This last part warms my broken heart. He was a fighter, and I hope he knew how much we loved him. Yep. Pearl Jan, thank you for informing us. I truly had no idea. And this is the thing. This is part of, I'm going to rant about this for a second. We're going to get a little Kim rant here, okay? A couple days ago, I was on Popcorn, and we were talking about Jennifer Lopez, because everyone is talking about Jennifer Lopez. Everything is about Jennifer Lopez. I am so sick of talking about Jennifer Lopez. Page 6 put up a video of her on a boat taking pictures of her own butt, doing butt selfies, walking around a little boat in Italy in her high heels, and that literally had over like 30,000 views of just watching Jennifer Lopez sitting on a boat. And you know how many people probably saw that reported? And how many people have heard about this investigation into the passing of Matthew Perry? My brain hurts. Why do we care so much about Jennifer Lopez's butt? I don't. But I can't lie and say that people aren't clicking, because they are. So I'm sorry the media has decided that the more important story is Jennifer Lopez's butt, but I personally believe the more important story is Matthew Perry. That's just my opinion. And if you agree with that opinion, you are welcome to subscribe and hit that like button, because that's what I do here. I talk about the pop culture stories that I care about, and they tend to sometimes be different than what the media cares about. In all fairness, it drives me crazy. Oh, gosh. Urgh. Yep. My goodness. Um, Jen said, I try really hard to not put celebrities on a pedestal because you never know how people are in real life. True. But Matthew seemed like such a genuine person. And I think so. I think there was a lot of that for him. 100%. Let me see here. I love you guys going, next. Wendy, next. Oh, gosh. Yeah, Susan Dawn just said, I'm sick of hearing about J Lulu. Like D Lulu, but Jennifer Lopez De Lulu. Love it. Love it. Oh, yeah. Pearl Jen, I clicked on one Popcorn Planet JLo stuff and all my feed was all JLo. I didn't click on any of it because I don't care about her butt. Yet it is everywhere, and we cannot escape it. We cannot escape it. Oh, Rando, yeah, marked safe from JLo's booty today. That's kind of funny. I like that. I like that. Producer sister, as we are in halftime, is there anything that you want to say, just about the story in general? And I totally understand if you don't want to. It's totally fine. Producer sister is dealing with a bit of an injury right now. She's doing okay.
I'm getting there.
You're getting there. You're getting there. But there was a bit of an injury on her mouth area, and there's been some pain and tenderness. So I don't want you talking if it's too painful.
No, it's okay right now.
You're okay right now?
Yep.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. I did want to say, Purple Rose Gamer pointed out the brand new information line with Phoebe or Lisa is the pregnancy episode when Ross finds out that Rachel's pregnant. So that's the beginning of season 8. That's not the when everybody finds out.
Okay, thank you for correcting me. Shame on me.
Yeah.
Shame on
That's
me
when
for
that
not
one's
knowing.
from. It's a problem. There's so many lines that are like iconic that we reference in everyday pop culture, and that without, and I'm guessing there's a lot of people who don't even realize that these are Friends references.
Yeah, but they absolutely are.
But they, oh my gosh, they absolutely are. There's so many of them, and those come from, I think that's part of what made Friends Friends is they were a true ensemble.
Yes.
There wasn't one that was above the rest. And I say that both in how the show was structured, but it's also one of the first shows that's how they operated as a unit.
Yes.
That for any award show, for the beginning part of the show, they were only supporting actor or actress that they could be nominated for, and then as a group they changed it to lead.
Yes.
But they were all on the same tier.
Yeah.
They were never going to be separated.
Yeah.
When they started going in to negotiate contracts, they went in as a unit. Where I believe David and Jennifer, after the first couple seasons, took a pay cut.
Yes. Yes, I have read that as well.
To give the other cast members a raise and to bring them all onto the same playing field, and that's how they remained for the rest of the series. They were such a unit, and that off-screen unit, I think, really shone on the screen.
Yes, I would agree. I think it did. Sorry, I have a few things I have to call out of the chat right now. First of all, thank you so much to Tiffany Byers, who has gifted a membership. So that means that because I believe Manda Panda, there was something there. Yeah, because you technically joined today. I know you didn't, but thank you. We have 6 new members as of today. So thank you so much for the 6 gifted memberships. We are currently Team Even. And I very much do appreciate it. And thank you so much to Tiffany. And Subi Sue has also been a member for 15 months. Thank you so much. Saying thanks for covering this. Much love to you and Sis. I very much appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yeah. KDR is like 6th, but that is actually, I feel like for words, we have this joke here where we use the wrong, what is it? I don't know what to say. When we talk about the first we say firth, as in one th, and then we say second, thirth, but then it goes to fourth, fifth, sixth, and it's an inside joke from a meme that we looked at that just sent me to another dimension. I was laughing way too hard. There is a video, members only, if you want to look at it, that goes into like some of the inside jokes of this channel if you're curious. Um, but yeah, we got to figure out what to do for like sixth,
Mm-hmm.
seventh, eighth. Do we do like I don't even know. We'll
Do
have to
the
figure it out.
ST instead of the
Yeah,
TH?
but how do you say that? Sixth, sixth,
I don't know, because your brain
like,
just screams
yeah,
that
my
you're
brain
saying
just
it
goes
wrong.
wrong, wrong. It's all wrong. It's not right. Wrong. I also just have to say, I love that when we're talking about these iconic quotes of Friends, the ones that come up, Dreadnought going, Joey doesn't
And
share
share
food. We literally have a dog bowl on the floor for water for producer sister's dog that has that quote in it. And then
And the,
pivot, pivot.
oh, there's so many quotes. Like,
And
and that's the point. Like, there's
yeah,
so
Nicole
much.
said that, as well as Lulu's mom and
Yeah.
Sue. And Medora Art, was that place the sun?
Calbert, once I was a wooden boy, a little wooden boy.
So
That's a
Sarai,
deeper cut one.
yeah, that's a deep cut. Sarai just said, so Kim, you still haven't watched Friends. I have watched Friends. I'm pretty sure I've seen the whole series. It's just producer sister has a deep love of that show.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to pretend to even be close to the encyclopedic knowledge that she has about this show. It's just not. Oh, King Bob, thank you so much for the gifted membership, bringing us to 7. So we've had 7 gifted memberships today. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much. We are back to Team Odd. Team Odd represent. Yeah, all you guys. My eyes. That's a moo point, Pearl Jan.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Eightst, Jackie. it just gets messed up. It just gets messed up. Oh my gosh.
Chenandler Bong.
Chenandler Bong. Stop.
That episode is amazing. That's
Yeah.
probably one of my absolute favorites.
Oh my gosh.
The
yes.
one with the embryos.
Yeah, Sarai with Smelly Cat. Smelly cat. What are they feeding you? Smelly cat. It's not your fault.
Oh, Hugsy.
Hugsy. You guys.
The bedtime penguin pal.
Oh my gosh. Yep. Yep. And that's the thing. I feel like for so many people, Friends is just it's just a part of our language. It's just the way that we talk. And that's part of why, like, I'm kind of surprised that this isn't a bigger deal, that we're not seeing this in more places. It's just mind-boggling to me.
I think on the flip side of that, it's a hard reality for a lot of people to think about.
Yeah. Because I've already heard the argument of people being like, well, if he used it and he shouldn't have used it, you know, that's on him and whatever. But the question is, to me, why did he have that much?
Yeah.
What the heck happened? What happened? And I want to know the whole story. And that's how I feel. That is how I feel. Jackie Swan, thank you so much for the gifted membership. That is very kind of you. As well as Joanne Byer, I believe. I hope I said that right. Thank you very much for the gifted membership. That is very kind of you. I so appreciate that. That brings us to 9.
Yep.
Thank you very much, you guys. I do appreciate that. All the support is felt. It is felt. Just looking here. Sorry, my computer's doing something weird. Just give me 1 sec, guys. Trying to make sense of what is happening.
Mel's Divine Creations said I have the full complete seasons on DVD and I don't own a DVD player anymore. Oh
no. Yep. I mean, I think part of the reason you have like our equivalent, isn't it, of HBO Max or whatever it's called?
Kind of.
Yeah, whatever. Aren't they on Max or whatever it is now?
It's on Crave in Canada.
It's on Crave. Yeah. So like we have the equivalent. Yeah. But you do have all the DVDs.
Yes, I do.
Oh my gosh, Kay Perry, yes. Will it be the one he loves truly? Or will it be the one that we call Lululi? He must decide! He must decide!
Even though I made it
up, he must decide! I love it. Yes, please. Yes, please. Oh my goodness. Oh, yeah, the computer says we were on a break. Thank you, Dreadnought. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
No, so I'm glad that we're talking about it, and I will keep you guys posted. It is going to be one of the stories I'm going to be adding to our kind of like the stuff that I search for on a regular basis. Um, let me see here. Okay, everything's fixed. Everything's good.
Good.
We're good. We are good. That was scary. Sorry, my computer did weird things. Um, okay, so we have a what the what,
Mhm.
and I think we've been going long enough actually to go into it. I was afraid that we normally I try to do it around the hour mark, and we're basically there.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Okay, let me get that all set up for you guys. Do. Let me know in the chat what your favorite Friends episode is, because I would love to know. Now, the other thing I will say too is we do we do always have a section of the show where we look at something funny, something interesting, because life is depressing and we all need palate cleansers. Actually, we probably should do Lacey if she's willing before that. But just know that us moving into something that's more fun is not me trying to downplay any of the seriousness of this. It's just this is part of my coping mechanism of dark things as I look at funny things, and I hope that
Yeah.
that is okay. Elisa, I just saw you been a member for 10 months, said, my brother got to rehab just yesterday, alcoholism. A part of like I want to say like I'm sorry you're going through that, but at the same time I'm happy that he's getting help, and I hope that you're doing okay, and all the love to you because it's difficult, and I'm so sorry, and thank you for sharing that with us. I do really appreciate it. I'm gonna see if Lacey's willing to come up. Oh, you have bed face. Lacey, do you want to come see everybody? Yeah. All right. Ooh. There's Lacey. So for those of you that don't know, hi, this is my dog Lacey. She says hello to all of you. Sometimes she yawns into the microphone, sometimes she burps, sometimes she doesn't do anything. She just kind of chills out. But she's always here. Basically anytime you see me on stream, she is here. She's in that little chair behind me, chilling out, and she's pretty great. Do you have anything you want to say to anybody, or are you just kind of you're just looking today? You're just here to be cute and to be a palate cleanser. Thank you very much. Thank you for the burp. I hope you guys were able to hear that. She tends to do that. I honestly believe that she just kind of holds them in and then she lets them go when she feels like it, or she can just do it on demand because she knows it makes people happy. Thank you for blessing us with the burp. I appreciate you. Should I put you back in your bed? Let you rest. Good girl. Yeah. And she's back down there all comfy. All comfy. Ah, let me see here. Do. Um, sorry, I just saw. Thank you so much to Karuna. I hope I Karuna. I hope I said that right. Thank you so much for the super sticker of the ha 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 and the pear. I very much appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Thank you. All right. So we have a what the what. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna laugh. We're gonna have a good time. I'm here for this. You guys ready? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Times people's petty revenge was so iconic it had to be celebrated online.
We getting petty.
Let's get petty. Let's get petty. All of us fellow petty university students here.
Of both Swoop and Charlotte.
Yes. All of the petty. All of the petty. All right. Let's go. Do not mess with the geologist. In which my A-hat, I assume, neighbors decided to be complete drunken fecal wads? What? By rolling a giant sandstone boulder in front of my car, but forgot that I am a tiny geologist who has access to a very loud auto chipper at 7:30 a.m. in a story with 4 pictures. Why did they put a huge stone in front of his car?
I don't know what they.
Also, can we please take a moment and appreciate fecal wads? I've never heard this term before. Is this a new thing the kids are saying that I have not heard of?
I don't know.
Is anyone... Does anyone use that in their regular conversation? Because I don't. All right. My ex broke up with me about a month before the finale of his favorite Netflix show hit. Oh, here we go. He'd organized a viewing party for midnight when it dropped. I let him stay signed into my account until 11:59 p.m. that day, when I changed the password and forced logout on all devices. Fantastic. A plus. A plus. I love that. I love that. I love that. You don't get to keep free Netflix. No. Pay for your own Netflix.
But pick your moment.
Pick your moment. Mad Lad waits 11 years to get revenge for his wall. What? My cousin punched a wall, left a hole, and started laughing. When he got his first house, I went over and punched a hole right in the wall. I waited 11 years to do that. How long did that live in your head rent free?
11
like 11
years.
years? But like, how did you think about this daily? Did you like write a resolution? Did you make like a
Yes.
vision board? Like how... I feel like I would forget something like that. But apparently not. Apparently not.
They were biding their time, waiting for their moment.
Apparently. Love the level of pettiness. My husband pissed me off, and I think he's gonna sit in the living room and watch TV in peace. So I downloaded the LG remote app and keep turning the TV off from the bedroom. He came in here and I acted like I was sleeping. So now he thinks we have ghosts. I love the petty. That's good. Those are great apps to have, though.
Yep.
Honestly, if you have that option for your TV, just do it, and do it before you lose your remote.
Yep.
Helps out a lot. Helps out a lot.
Especially at night when you're tired and half asleep and you can't find the remote and you just want to go to bed.
Yep. Yep. Get the digital remote if you can do it.
Yep.
South
First
Lake...
world problems.
Yeah. First world problems, 100%. South Lake PD for the win. We noticed you had a little trouble staying in the lines when you parked next to a handicap space. Maybe if you practice coloring our patch and staying in the lines here could help you avoid future citations in the future. I love that. I love that. That's amazing. I support this entirely.
Mm-hmm.
I love this. I love it. That is everything for the win. Yes. Valentine's Day at 5:30 a.m. Part 2. 5:30 a.m. On Valentine's Day?
Yep.
Okay. Exactly 1 year ago, I surprised my less than morning people family with a 5:30 a.m. Valentine's Day breakfast at IHOP.
Why?
Last night, my wife warned me not to do that again today. Okay, so that happened a year ago.
Yes.
So don't do it again.
The husband did it to the family a year ago.
Okay. And then I agreed and then proceeded to work late at my office until nearly 2 a.m. And then at 5:30 this morning, my kids woke me up with a surprise, Daddy, we're taking you to IHOP. And my wife was standing behind them with an evil grin. Vengeance was hers. Bro, you deserve that.
Yep.
You deserved. I love how happy she looks too. Like she got like she did a bit of her makeup, her hair's done. She's like, I'm good for this.
Yep.
You thought you were doing something there. You really thought you did something. Oh my gosh. Coffee helped, but I was still barely awake. My wife, on the other hand, was happy and perky. Turns out getting back at me is something that makes it easy for her to get up early. And this whole situation could have been avoided if you just weren't a jerk face.
Why would you need to go at 5:30 in the morning?
You know, the holiday every year you're supposed to show your wife that you love her and you did that? You suck. Bro, you suck. I hope she does this to you every Valentine's Day for the rest of your life. And gets increasingly early. And then ends up, then it's not breakfast food anymore.
Yeah.
Like, it's something else. Like, I don't know. Oh, gosh. I'm just. I love you guys are like, I like this lady. Thank you, Wendy. I appreciate that. That's amazing. Um, USA Kiwi, I think is the username here, said, I worked with Matthew Perry on his movie Fools Rush In. He was super nice, and his stepfather, Keith Morrison, is my outgoing voice message sending love. That's so, thank you for sharing that with us. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you for sharing. That's very cool. Oh, I love this. So I feel like this is the level of petty
Yeah.
I strive to though. Just
And it's the level of petty we like too, because no one's like, you're not hurting
nope.
anyone, anything like that. It's just beautiful.
Yeah. Cerberus Gaming Reaper said we don't have IHOP in England. What's the joke? I think it's more that IHOP is probably one of the few restaurants that's actually open at 5:30 in the morning because it is a breakfast place. But it's just the idea that it's like Valentine's Day and you're gonna make your wife get up
That
early
for no apparent reason.
for no reason because that's what you feel like. So she just was like, "Oh, I'm gonna do it to you after you work late and see how you like it." Happy Valentine's Day! Yeah. I've been nerfed by the new neighbor kids, unarmed for the last time. Vengeance will be swift. Yes! Oh, she got the Roblox one too.
Yep.
Yes. Yes, yes. That is the appropriate response. Is that like a battery powered one?
I don't know.
Because that looks like it's gonna just go.
Yeah, that's a serious. We're going in.
I like it.
Yeah.
If it's on the porch, it must be free. Hey, old lady who stole our doormat, you should probably just bring it back. That's super weird, and you're way too old for this. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Seriously.
Why?
Why? Just why?
What possessed you to need to do that?
Like, and the thing too that drives me crazy is how do you not think in this day and age that there is a camera on you? People can tell.
Yeah.
They're gonna notice. They're gonna go back and they're gonna look. Some people probably could just watch it in real time as soon as you approach the door. Like, live stream it. Oh my gosh. I hate people. I hate people. I'm against wasting other people's time, but that said, if you're going to do it, you should certainly do it with style. Good morning to everyone, but especially the woman in the crosswalk on my way to work who didn't like that someone honked at her to hurry, so she stopped and just did a couple jumping jacks. Oh my gosh. Oh. I mean, was she going really slow though?
Who knows?
That's my only thing, because I can't stand it when people go super slow. Or when people jaywalk with a baby stroller.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother level for me. I get mad. But it's funny though. That's good. This should make Monday at work more interesting. Okay. Lad at work just eats everyone's treats. Tomorrow will be a surprise for him. So they're injecting the donuts with mustard?
Yes.
Instead of custard?
Yes.
I'm here for this. I love that.
Again.
That's like the Ferrero Rocher thing that you showed me months ago.
We did at Christmas.
Oh my gosh. What was in that? I can't remember what she did.
Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she took Brussels sprouts and she made it look like a Ferrero Rocher and then wrapped it in it. Yeah, that was great. That was good. Let me see here. Steve wasn't an honest man. Just incredible media buy in local Australian paper today. Oh, I love these. Dear Steve, I hope you're happy with her. Now the whole town will know what a filthy cheater you are. From Jenny. P.S. I bought this ad using your credit card. Yes! Yes! You go, Jenny! You go! Oh, that's amazing. I love his credit card.
Yeah, the PS just makes it.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Producer sister.
Yeah.
Would you be able to grab me a Coca-Cola, please?
Yeah.
My throat is just dying. I think I actually have one in your fridge. In your big fridge.
Okay.
Potentially. If not, I'm sorry. Oh, for $5, this shelter will write the name of the person you hate on a cat litter box. That is a brilliant idea for fundraising. I love that. So petty, and so beautiful. So beautiful. I love it. Oh, Wendy Marina just said, don't mess with my Boston cream. It's going to get real. My fellow Canadians, I have to ask you all, maybe Americans, I don't know. I don't know if it's in the US chains. Tim Hortons, the Canadian maple donut. Not maple dip. No, the Canadian maple donut. Let me know if you've had it and why it is the best donut that they've ever put out. It's one of these donuts, you can't get it everywhere, but it is my favorite and I adore it. It is everything. Next year, go for the craft set that includes 1,000 beads. Oh dear. My kid got invited to a birthday party. Thank you. And I don't like that kid's mom, so I bought a musical instrument that includes a drum, a recorder, and a harmonica. I'll see you in hell, Bethany. What did Bethany do? What did Bethany do?
She did something.
She did something. Bethany, I don't know what you did, but the second that a recorder and a harmonica entered the picture, you know what you did. You know what you did. Ugh. Dave looks like he hasn't learned from the concept of consequences. Oh, here we go. Dave? Here we go, Dave. This is Dave. Hi, Dave. Everybody say hi, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Hasn't paid for a job finished 6 weeks ago. Don't be like Dave. I have bills to pay too. Hashtag pay what you owe. Shame on you, Dave. I love how he did the picture too.
The only thing I can think, it must be a big job that with a lot of money owing, because how much would it cost to do that thing up?
A part of me wants to think that maybe he knew someone that worked there.
Yeah.
And he called and was like, hey, can you do me a favor before you put the new ad up? Just give me like a day.
Yeah.
We put this on social media so I can publicly shame him. Because in the chat, hi, Dave. Thank you. Thank you.
It's beautiful.
I called my wife a sandwich maker, and she was making my lunch for work. You deserve that.
Yes.
You deserve that.
Yeah. I love the not sorry.
Yep. Make your own sandwich. Make your own sandwich.
My sandwich.
My sandwich! Another great Friends quote. That episode has a special place in my heart, I'm not gonna lie.
Anytime there's anything to do with sandwiches in our house, that gets quoted.
I will never, like, this is a bit of like a deep cut. I was changing medications and I was not doing well with it. I was very, very sick. And I couldn't really eat. But for whatever reason, I had learned at the time that the McDonald's McGriddle, I could stomach that. No matter what. So I asked my father to go to McDonald's and get me the McGriddle. And the first day, he thought I meant an Egg McMuffin, and he got me an Egg McMuffin. And I said, no, it's the McGriddle. Went back the second day. I opened the McGriddle. Half of it wasn't there. They messed up the McGriddle. And I just had this moment of like, I had wanted this for 2 days, and I was so incredibly sick, and I just laid there in bed, and I went, my sandwich! My sandwich! And I had my little own mini Ross moment. I relate to the depression that Ross experienced in that episode. It was a moment. I always think of that now. Revenge of the Garbage Men! Yep.
Seriously, they're there for like 30 seconds. Just
Yep. Be nice.
patient.
Be nice. It's not that hard. Oh my gosh. Love it, though. Love it. Pettiest Spice was always my favorite Spice Girl. Ooh, the pettiest thing I ever did during a breakup was I go to his kitchen and I take back every spice I bought. Find another bee to spice up your life because it ain't gonna be me.
Now, I did see someone comment, and I tend to agree with them. Don't take all the spices. Take all the labels off.
Ooh.
I was like, that is diabolical.
That is diabolical.
Whether it be the spices or the like all your canned goods, just take all the labels off.
Oh my gosh. No,
Like,
I feel like I might like replace it with stuff though, but that would take a lot of work to
Yeah.
do all of them. But you know what I mean? Like, get diabolical like that. A la Ferrero Rocher Brussels sprout.
It depends how much time you have.
Yeah, it does. It does. It depends on how much time. Classic Stephanie. All right, Stephanie. I offered to buy the admin team lunch today because they worked their butts off all month, and I asked if anyone had any requests, and a lady who tells me my head is stuck up my butt once a week said, literally anything but Olive Garden. Enjoy all you can eat Olive Garden, Stephanie. We family. Because Olive Garden's like, will treat you like family. I have a question. Is Stephanie related to Cruise Control?
Quite possibly.
Because she hates garlic bread and that's why she doesn't want to go to Olive Garden?
And they sell cheesecake.
And they do. They do. I'm just asking a question. Just asking. Stephanie. Stephanie. Do we need to have a conversation? I don't know. Recently, someone stomped on... No, the pride flag we keep in the front yard. No! Don't do that. My level of retaliation may have reached petty. No, it wasn't petty enough. No. No, don't come on your property and stomp on anybody's stuff to begin with. And don't stomp pride flags. That's gross. I can't read it that well to say.
It says, to the person who stomped on our flag, be kind, love wins.
Yep. I agree. I agree. Petty LaBelle makes me so happy. Now I just gotta find something to be petty about just so I could use that. This girl I used to go out with is still using my Netflix, and that's cool. She's watching Scandal and is currently on season 7, episode 12. Series finale is season 7, episode 18. Guess who is changing her password as soon as she gets to episode 17? Yup, it's Petty LaBelle. I mean, that's mean with Scandal. That's mean with anything Shondaland.
Yep.
Let's be real. We have those moments. Does anyone here like Bridgerton? I haven't watched it at all, but I know it's Shonda. Let me know if it's worth it. It's always the thing. I don't know if you guys have seen any of the episodes of Popcorn lately where we've been talking about TV shows, and I've been talking about how I have trust issues with like every TV show that I watch because I'm so tired of being let down at the end and investing all this time to be disappointed.
Well, Bridgerton's based on a book series.
Okay.
Which was written like 20 years ago.
Is it done?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, it was written like 20 years ago.
I'm sorry, I'm having Game of Thrones flashbacks.
No,
like
it's not ongoing like Game of Thrones.
Mm-mm. Oh gosh. Okay. My 2 older children were trying to lay out all of their Pokemon cards, but the youngest kept intervening, so they duct taped him to the chair. I mean, clearly, with that many Pokemon cards, this is serious.
Oh, yeah.
This is not a joke.
Mm-mm.
And I would also assume he was maybe potentially damaging them too. I would understand the rage.
Yeah.
I love the face of the kid, though. That's just getting me.
He got humbled.
Liam Hughes just said, how dare you, Game of Thrones was ace?
Uh-oh.
The ending of Game of Thrones was some of the worst written television I have ever seen in my life. Not only that, but the way that some of the battles in the last season were executed through the filming process was embarrassing. I cannot believe that it is one of the most expensive television shows ever produced, and yet there are multiple episodes that the lighting is so terrible. Many people literally could not see anything. How do you spend tens of millions of dollars on an episode of television and produce nothing but a black screen? I'm just saying, choices were made. People did not like it for a reason. They did my girl Danny dirty. I will never forgive them for this. Ever. And that is why I have trust issues. They need to redo the last season. I stand by that. I stand with Emilia Clarke going, best season ever! The sarcasm was real. I felt it, and she was right. Oh, Medora art, don't get me started on Bran. Do not. Do not. Do not. Sorry. We'll get back to the what now. My apologies. Okay, this is what happens when you take up 2 parking spaces.
Be aware whenever you question Kim about Game of Thrones.
I literally, at the time, the Twitter account is now gone. You will not be able to find it. It was a personal one from back in the day for me. But I literally tweeted at the creators of Game of Thrones, the 2 guys, and I just said, like, I will be sending you my therapy bills. How dare you? And I was nowhere near the only one. This is what happens when you take up 2 parking spaces. Oh, the cart.
But did you see what they did with the cart?
I mean, it just looks like it's beside the door. Did they damage the car?
No, they didn't damage the car, but look a little closer.
Did they zip tie it?
They zip tied it.
To the driver's side door. That is diabolical. And I love it. I love it. Well, Cats and Crochet, I am loving seeing this side of you. Oh, okay, here's the thing. There's definitely yin and yang with me. There is a side of me that is very kind, very empathetic. I try to see the best in everybody. I try to be respectful. I try to talk about celebrities like if they were standing in front of me because I don't want to be, ashamed of what I say later on. I'm sure I'm going to look back at things in my life and cringe and be like, I cannot believe I thought that. I can't believe I said that. I sucked. Whatever. But, then there is also the unhinged side of me.
Yep.
That is basically the physical embodiment of you wouldn't last an hour in the asylum where they raised me. Because, yeah. She comes out from time to time, but I don't always let her out. All right, petty, yes. Satisfying, definitely. Handwriting, horrible. Okay. Okay, hang on here. I gotta...
Do you want me to read it?
I'm getting close. This is unfortunately a side effect of my migraine. My vision is horrible now. Hey buddy, it looks like you don't understand how to operate a motor vehicle. This will help you practice staying inside the lines like the toddler you are.
Heart.
I mean, that is an atrocious park job, I'm not gonna lie.
Why?
You knew what you were doing, hun. You knew.
I can't tell if it's 4 parking spaces, but it's at least 3.
Like, what kind of car is that? Like, I'm sorry. It could be a fancy brand, but it's still like...
I don't care if it's a fancy brand.
It's a family van, bro. This is what you put your kids in to go to soccer practice. It's not that special.
If you have a fancy brand and you don't want your car being touched, park at the back and take up a bunch of parking spaces. But don't, you don't get to take up 4 parking spots because you have a fancy car.
Nope. It was really funny when my husband and I traveled and we went to Florida for Andy's wedding. We had to go through we flew, so we parked our car in like a long-term parking lot. And when we got back, there were so many pickup trucks that didn't fit into the spaces. And there's only so many spaces. So the problem is, like, the people that are renting out the spaces think that they've got enough space for everybody in their cars to come in, except you had these pickup trucks that took up 2 spaces. Y'all better be paying for 2 spaces. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It's, drives me nuts. Masterful. All right. My husband pissed me off, so when he wasn't looking, I poured water on the floor in the front of the dishwasher. He's been fixing it for the past 2 hours. That's brutal. That's brutal. Oh, because, I mean, some of you guys know that the horrors that we've had with our dishwasher in the past year. Don't.
Matthew Corbin said it. It's a Lincoln MKT SUV.
Oh gosh, it's a Lincoln.
Yep.
So now I'm just hearing Matthew McConaughey in my head.
Yep.
Matthew McConaughey was gifted a coloring book. It's all right. All right. Boss said I wasn't using enough wet floor signs while mopping. I would do this. I would 100% do this. I love it.
Bring out all the signs.
Give me all
everyone
of the
we
signs.
have.
Did you put out enough signs? How many signs? Yes.
All of them.
Yes. The answer is yes. All of them. All of them. Oh. That's good. Can't wait to do this to my daughter. It's her summer break, so I woke up my 12-year-old daughter at 5:15 this morning. What? I've been waiting for this revenge since she was 4. Oh, but she was 4! She didn't know! I don't know. I don't like that. That's mean to a 12-year-old. You're bullying a 12-year-old. Ugh. It's okay, Simon. I'm sure there was a lot at the time. I'm sure there was a lot. Bento box of a Japanese husband the day after quarreling with his wife. You get nothing.
No, you get something, just not much.
Good day, sir.
You only get what fits in the chopstick box. That's it. No more. I hope you're not very hungry.
Nope. I love how beautifully presented it is,
oh, yeah.
too.
Like, still done up really nice.
Yep.
Presentation is a 10.
That's amazing.
I don't think that's going to fill you up.
That's funny. Get up and do some work, John. Men working except John. That guy does nothing. Stop.
The level of petty this is that you actually did it up on a sign.
Except John.
Except John.
Except John. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's good. And you know what's killing me too is we have a family friend, John. John works a lot. So, like, I just... We love you, John. But, like, yeah, get up and do some work, John.
Way to go, Paul.
Way to go, Paul. One in the chat if you remember Way to go, Paul. Let me know. I have to show you guys one thing on Instagram I saw, and I'm sure it's probably old and I'm so out of touch with it, but it's this lady that is mad that someone took her spot in a parking lot, except from the sounds of it, there's no assigned parking. And so this lady goes up to this guy, all like, you're in my parking spot, and he's like, no, I'm not. And she's like, well, you could park somewhere else. And he says, well, so can you. It's a parking lot. Go park somewhere else. And then she's like, do you know who my boyfriend is? And he just starts laughing. He's like, what do you mean? Like, who's your boyfriend? She's like, the Kyle Smith. I have so many... Who is Kyle Smith?
Why is he the Kyle Smith?
The Kyle Smith. If anyone knows the backstory in this, I desperately want to know. It's
we
like
need to know who Kyle is.
it has been consuming my mind, like on the level of John Dacre, where I'm just like, why? Who is the Kyle Smith? Who is Kyle Smith? I don't know. I don't know. All right, I like this energy. My boss denied me a raise before my shift today. What's some music you've never wanted to hear in a coffee shop? Oh, my arms are just effing stuck like this. This ain't normal. That's the other side of my unhingedness. Don't. If you don't want to hear some weird stuff, do not give me the aux cord. Do not give me the Bluetooth. Off I go. Yeah, everybody's like, who is Kyle Smith? Who is Kyle Smith? I don't know. I have so many questions.
So I want to know, what music would you put on in the coffee shop?
Yes. Although I have to say, I think probably the first one I would do would be I Have No More F's to Give.
Yes.
I don't know if how many of you guys know this song. It's like a song on a ukulele, and it starts off just, it's so cute. And it is the theme song of my, when I'm done, I'm done.
Yeah.
It's over. It's done. It's absolutely flawless. I cannot play it for you guys because I would get hit. But honestly, that is one of those things I think I would do in like a members only stream. I would introduce you guys to the beauty of I Have No More F's to Give. It's absolutely fantastic. Okay. My buddy is a Dodgers fan while I am a Giants fan. We had a friendly $20 bet on who would win the NLDS. So here's the 20 I will be giving him on Monday. That's good. Rando from Iowa just said WAP for the coffee shop. Oh my god.
Arrogant Worms!
Yes, anything Arrogant Worms. Yes, Kyle. I love DVD said death metal. Yes. Yes, but I would do like Death Clock. Like I would do like weird stuff.
Oh my gosh, put on the War of 1812.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Oh, you weren't there. We were at Disney when I was in high school. And we were there for one of the late night events.
Yes.
And we were literally just going round and round on Space Mountain.
Yeah.
Like just
I
walk
went
on
Space Mountain 17 times.
And the group I was with, every time on Space Mountain, we just screamed at the top of our lungs the War of 1812.
That is so random.
Over and
like,
over again.
Why?
I don't know. But I still remember it. Of just us singing that song. It was so much fun.
Oh.
And all these guys, like, people are looking at us so weird as a bunch of Canadian kids singing this song about the War of 1812. And, I mean, it's taught a lot in Canadian history. I don't think it's taught as much in American history.
No, there's reasons for that. But
and, yeah, reasons. But
reasons. It didn't go well.
It didn't go well.
It didn't go well.
Canada's still a country.
All right. And that's it. That's the last one. There we go. Thank you so much, producer sister. That was fun.
I'm glad.
I liked it. I just saw, was it Rando just reminded me that Death Clock actually does have a song about coffee.
There you go.
In the hills of Colombia or something like that. I can't remember. I'm sure my husband is yelling at me currently because I'm probably messing it up, but oh my goodness. Where is it? Is it Karuna? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Sent in a super chat as well saying Joey uses meat in his junk for an audition.
Yep.
As your favorite Friends episode. I remember that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah. Didn't Monica help him with that?
Yes, she did.
That was like a whole thing.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember
all different types of deli meat.
That was a lot. It was a good moment. It was a good moment. See here. Sammy just asked, "What is your nationality, Kim?" That's a great question. I am Canadian. All of my parents and my grandparents were born in Canada, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
But family prior to that, there was some British, there was some Welsh. I believe there was some French that then became British.
Yeah.
That was fun when we looked into that. and then some Germanic, but a lot of my family that was in Germany because they were fleeing religious persecution from Switzerland.
Yeah.
So I sometimes I have trouble being like I'm German because I was kind of there's people in my family who are German because they were born in Germany as refugees.
Yeah.
So I'm
Well, they were in Switzerland, went to Germany, and then eventually
yeah.
that group is came over. I think they landed in the States.
I think they landed in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, and then came up to
Yeah.
Canada.
So it's like it's a circle.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
We're a whole bunch of different European
I'm really white.
melting pot.
Yeah.
Welsh, Scottish.
And I grew up in the Toronto area, and I have heard that that makes all of those things together makes my accent weird.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I've been told my accent's really thick, and some people can't understand me. I don't know. I'm lazy with some of my letters, and that's a Toronto thing.
Yeah.
But it's just it's a lot.
Case in point, if you're from Toronto, you do not pronounce the second T. It's not Toronto, it's Toronto.
Toronto.
That's how you can tell if someone's a local. If they pronounce the second T, they're not from here.
Yeah. Yeah, Katie's like laughing. I'm sorry, I am. Like that's just that's what it is. There's not much there.
Dreadnought asked, was that in the 1800s? And yeah, it was
Mennonite.
Mennonite 1800s into the early 1900s.
Yeah. Oh, good. I'm so glad I'm saying it right, Karuna. Thank you. Honestly, I think that would be a video I would consider doing in the future. All of that part of my family history, but it would be something. I don't want to dox myself either.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's a difficult thing to know how to maneuver that whole thing, but that part of my family history is very close to my heart, and it's still very like when I found out about it, it was very emotional, and I'm still sometimes really overwhelmed by it.
Mm-hmm.
And one day I really want to go back. I want to go back to where my family originally was.
Yeah.
In Switzerland and go back.
Be Switzerland and England, I think, were the two biggest.
Yeah.
We've been doing stuff like both of our parents did the ancestry testing, and we've been looking into that a bit more and trying to learn a bit. We know a good amount more from my mom's side rather than dad's.
And dad does have a good amount of Irish and Scottish as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that was like for his family, if that had anything to do with everything that went down in Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of questions as to why there was immigration, but there seems to definitely be stories from everybody of there was a reason they immigrated.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I'm very proud of being Canadian. I love my country, and
we are third generation Canadian.
Yes. Yeah. So I identify the most as Canadian. Yes, I'm very proud of it. I'm very proud of my Canadian heritage.
Lulu's mom has great grandparents from Etobicoke.
Oh, there you go.
And yes, that word is Etobicoke. You don't pronounce the K.
You don't pronounce the K. There's a lot of letters in Canadian like cities you do not pronounce.
It's the letters. It looks like it should be Etobicoke. It's Etobicoke.
Yeah. Yeah. A Cerber said the only Kyle Smith I found was a PGA golf coach from the UK.
I love it.
Kyle Smith is going to make you move. Oh my gosh.
You have to repost it on your Instagram. Like, just put it in your stories.
Oh my gosh. I should share that. I need to do a members only stream. We haven't done one of those in a while.
Yeah.
And I'm debating on starting like I have this thing that I do that I just save Instagram reels that make me laugh, and I may like put them together and we'll do like that type of a thing. It'll be like a reverse What the What in the sense that I'm showing you guys stuff, and it may be stuff you've already seen, but stuff's funny. Cuz I have a weird sense of humor. I just do. Let me see. Liam said, it sounds like you're calling it a tub of Coke. No, it's Etobicoke. Etobicoke. That's, yeah. Or Etobicoke. Not necessarily E. You don't really have to pronounce it that much. Yeah.
It's Part of Toronto.
Yeah. Let me see here.
It's kind of one of those things like look up how you spell Saskatchewan or Scarborough. It's a good
Scarborough.
one too.
Mississauga is always a
Mississauga.
great one to hear people be like, what is that? Because oddly enough, like our main airport in the Toronto area is Pearson. And everybody goes, well, that's Toronto, but it's actually in Mississauga.
It's like right on the border of Mississauga and Brampton.
Yeah, and a lot of people cannot say Mississauga, and they look at that word and they go, what does that mean?
What is that?
What is that? Yeah.
Or there's a part of Brampton called Bramalea.
Oh, gosh.
And I've heard people call it
Bramalia.
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 Someone said that. They're like, we're going to Bramalia.
Bramalia.
I'm like, what the heck is Bramalia?
What did... You just have to hear somebody tell you how it's pronounced. That's the only way. That's how you learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, Katie. What is that? Oh my gosh. What is that? 100%. 100%. Yeah, just looking. Is it okay that sometimes I just love these moments where we just kind of chill, where I just look at the chat and you guys just ask me random questions and I do my best to answer them? It's always nice. I love to get to know you guys. It's fun. Yeah, Wendy, most of my lakes I cannot pronounce. Yep. Lakes be having names.
Mm-hmm.
Lakes be having names. Oh. Let me see here. Dreadnought, I am watching your comments here. I think I'm going to go back when the stream is over and take a look at everything because that's fascinating what you're saying. It's a moment. I don't want to say a lot, but it's really cool. Really, really cool. Yeah. Oh, Kyle said that's what I thought it was said when I was writing the Go Trade. Like Bramalia? That's funny. That's funny. That's good. Dreadnought said, is anybody from that place in Wales? I'm not sure which that place you're talking to, but I do have some Welsh in my background as well from my nana. But it was actually really funny. A couple weeks ago, I said something on stream that was a Welsh name, and I apologized because I was sure I was butchering it, and the person was like, no, you like almost did it perfectly. How did you know how to do that? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just going to say that it's in my blood and that's the end of it because I don't know. Me and pronouncing are not friends, so I don't know how I did that.
We take the win.
Yup. Oh. Yeah. No, it was actually really funny. I don't know. I followed this one Instagram account and it's called like only news bloopers or something like that, and it just shows moments where like things happen on the news that shouldn't be happening on the news, like people say weird stuff or there's mistakes or whatever, and they fully had clips of the late Rob Ford.
Oh gosh. You know you're doing well when your mayor gets parodied on SNL.
That was a crazy. That I honestly debated on taking that clip and reposting it as a reel and then just overdubbing it with the Taylor Swift like you wouldn't last an hour in the asylum where they raised me, because that was wild. I don't. Oh, Dreadnought. I cannot read that word.
Not even gonna try.
It is on screen currently. You guys can see it if you look. I just see the first few letters and I want to go, here's a llama, there's a llama, and another little llama, because there's 2 L's. That's all I do. Yeah. No, that's a fun thing. Maybe one day for a What the What and a members only, I will take you guys through the saga that was the mayor of Toronto, Rob Ford.
Mm-hmm.
I had never watched city council meetings before I started. My favorite was the day he's the mayor of Toronto and he ran around the city council room and he knocked over a lady. Like, just knocked her right over, and I was like, I don't even know what is happening. Rob Ford has passed away since. He had a very aggressive form of cancer, I believe. So, you know, my love and my prayers to his family, but I was not a fan of the man.
And just to make it better, his brother is now the premier of our province.
Yeah, his brother runs my healthcare.
Great.
It's disturbing. It's disturbing.
Oh,
Kyle, you were living in Toronto when that was going on? Oh, gosh.
Lucky you. Mom just messaged me. In Wales, it's Swansea is where.
Swansea?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the city.
There we go. I did not know that.
Yep.
There we go. for those of you that don't know, Rob Ford was mayor of Toronto, and he made international news for his very unmayor-like behavior.
Mm-hmm.
One thing he did at one point was he addressed a rumor of somebody saying that he had relations with another woman who was not his wife, and in a very crude manner spoke about I'm going to say cats, dining cats, because I can't say it and I don't want to. But basically just said, that's ridiculous. I have enough. I'm a married man and I have enough to eat at home. And he fully said that into the microphone on television. And literally, as he's walking away, I think there was somebody in the room that was like, who says stuff like that or something like that? And it was just like, for months, it was just pure chaos. Pure chaos. It was so bad. And unfortunately, we found out that there was definitely some substance issues going on. He was not fit to be mayor. It was bad. It was really, really bad. Kyle, do you remember anything else from all of that? Because some of it is like blocked out in my brain. It was just a lot. It was a lot. Oh, yeah. That was a time. That was a time. If you knew, you knew.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm very thankful that that's not the case anymore. So yeah, Lula's potty mouth. Oh gosh, that is scratching the surface. He wasn't bleeped in that one. Gosh. Let me see here. Brent Jennings said our former mayor had an article about him in Penthouse. He had it hanging in the mayor's office proudly. What is with these people? Like, that's weird. That's 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 odd. That's odd. That's odd. Lula's mom, but did he do it? I don't know. I don't think anybody knew. I don't think anybody knew what he was actually doing. Oh yeah, the photos of Rob Ford with the gang members and some crime allegations. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There was also apparently there was a video that somebody had of him
Doing.
using certain substances through a pipe and then tried to raise money to release it. It was weird. There was so much going on. Oh, my fella just came in. Folks. No. No. His brother always starts his speeches with folks or my friends. And every time he says that, I immediately just get Billie Eilish in my head going, I'm not your friend or anything. Like, no. 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 Oh. Liam just brought up, anyone hear the news of the Twitch streamer Dr. Disrespect? I have no patience for it. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Let me see here. Lulu's mom, we're so proud of the mayor. Yeah, Jackie's one, such a classy guy. Oh, he was. Crystal R, how did he become mayor? He was elected. He was elected. It was a wild time, guys. It was a wild, wild, wild time. Well, you guys, I think we need to start winding down. We've been here for a bit. It is later than I normally stream, and I'm very, very tired. So it is what it is. I did want to let you guys know because I know not all of you guys tune in to Popcorn Planet on a regular basis, and that's totally fine. I have some friends there, and I stream there from time to time as a commentator. A number of years ago, we covered the Johnny Depp trial, and then I believe, was it last year? We covered the Gwyneth Paltrow trial. And we are planning this year on covering the Alec Baldwin Rust trial. There is a possibility that the case may be settled before it gets to trial. It seems like there's been a number of settlement offers from, I believe, Alec to the state, but it doesn't seem to be going anywhere, so I don't know what the plan is on that front. But we will likely be streaming all of it. And I'm planning on being there for all of it.
As much as you can.
As much as I can, which means that our regular streams are gonna be a little bit wonky because I can't be streaming there and streaming here at the same time. And potentially we're looking at 8-hour days of streaming for me. So I did want to let you guys know when that does happen. I will let you guys know when I'm streaming, and you guys are welcome to come and chill with me for the day or whatever. Yeah, Katie's like, how is that gonna work? It's gonna work because coffee.
We're working on putting together a plan.
Yeah. I am looking right now at I'm trying to research what happened with the Armorer trial. So when I go into the Alec Baldwin trial, I have a good idea of what has happened prior in the court system, because I think that that is likely going to be relevant. As much as I want to judge the case as the case on its own, I think there are things that probably I want to be aware of. And I've been thinking about doing a video or a stream going over that. So let me know if that's something you guys would be interested in, so like we can get prepped before the trial really starts. And then I'm gonna have to look at timing, because time zones, New Mexico, everything's different, and see what I can do so I can still see you guys, because I'm sure I'm going to want to talk about something other than Alec Baldwin at some point. And I still want to be able to talk to you guys and see everybody. So let me know what you guys think, and I'd love to see some of you guys over there, because I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be fun. I love streaming trials. I really do. I do. I always find it all really interesting. And sorry. Yeah, I just saw Corinna talking about the MJ trial. I think that's going to be interesting. I am hoping that this just settles it. There is a ton of research, there is a ton of evidence from the FBI that exonerates Michael. I am so sick of this. Let the dude rest in peace. It's just enough is enough, and I let him settle it in court. Let him settle it in court. So we'll go from there. Kyle, are you going to be streaming next week on Monday, July 1st, Canada Day? Producer sister, do you think we should?
We can. It's up to you.
Because part of my thing is the majority of the audience that I have is in the United States. So does it make more sense for me to work like, does it make sense for me to take off Independence Day?
Well, Independence Day is Thursday.
Yeah, so we wouldn't be streaming that day anyway.
Wednesday we have to stream earlier than normal if we're going to go.
What's happening Wednesday?
Look behind you on the shelf.
Right! I
forgot! Wendy just asked, what is Canada Day? It is our Independence Day. That's when we became a country. So it is a national holiday in Canada.
So like you're like July 4th is our July 1st.
Yeah. July 1st, 1867, we became a country.
Yeah. Is it really like it's the 3rd?
Yeah.
I don't know why my brain was telling me it was the 8th.
No, it's the 3rd.
It's the 3rd. Should we tell everybody?
Well, you've already said it on Popcorn, didn't that?
Yeah. We're going to go see Janet Jackson on the 3rd of July. Producer sister surprised me. I'm so excited. I'm gonna lose my mind.
And they redid the set list.
They did, and All Night Don't Stop is on it. Yes. All Night Don't Stop. Best. So good. Yeah. So I'm very excited. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
We have to drive to Toronto, so
yeah,
we have to leave earlier, so I can drive to the city.
Yep. I'm dangerously stoked. So, yeah, it'll be a good time. Well, anyway, I'm gonna wind this down.
So, are we streaming Monday? We didn't answer that question.
I mean, I think we kind of need to.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what's gonna happen on the Wednesday, right? Like, if we have to leave early, I don't want to like not do any normal time streams. That sucks.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Um, so I'm excited. I'm so excited. Have I mentioned I'm excited? Well, anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Guys, thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. Much love to all of you, and I hope you all have a great night. I am planning on streaming on Monday. And if anything changes, I'll let you guys know. I will let you know through the community tab or on Instagram. So if you're not following me, you're welcome to do that. You can check out my link tree in the description, so you can get to my official Insta type thing. And I will talk to you guys later. Much love to all of you. Thank you. And we'll see you soon.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.